64 women started, 60 are gone. Welcome to the semi-final of the Predator WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championships, presented by VenBilliards. We are live from the International Convention Centre here in Bali, and our first match today is between two-time 10-Ball World Champion Rubilin and Margaret Fefilova, both looking for a spot in the final and a shot at the $50,000 first prize. It's best of 5 sets, races to 4 winner breaks. There's a 30-second shot clock, 1 extension each per rack. The referee for this one is Mike Wassilu from Canada. It's 10 ball, so it's cool shot, of course. I'm Mark White, and welcome to the brains in the booth. It's Tim Delaita. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Mark, and very much looking forward to another amazing match. Well, for us from the booth, for them in the arena. I think this will be a cracker, and I think it will, or could, be a very close one. Rubilin, maybe a slight favorite, but let's see what Fefilova can do.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, when I woke up this morning. Margaret really has had kind of a renaissance. Her form of lately has been very, very good. It started with the success in the Soaring Eagle, of course. She's had a couple of good finals in the WPA events, Tim. And she's beaten some very, very big players on her way to this semi-final as well, which we'll get to just a little bit later. But there is a shot on this one, Tim.
Well, there's always the safety shot. There's always distance, but not something very obvious. She's actually going really aggressive here. Which, sure, to make the 1 ball I could understand, but the 4 ball is tied up. And actually one of the interesting things, I want to give a little shout out to Vincent Gomez. Hopefully I'm saying things right. But I did see that Rubilin was working on her technique for a while now. She's been working a lot on the alignment, on how she actually gets down on the shot in the line of the shot. And something very interesting, I think, for most of the Filipino players, not so common. So she's definitely developing her own style, and the last months she's been definitely killing it.
Yeah, Eric and I were talking about this in her quarter-final match last night, and I actually confirmed it with somebody after the match that she has been actually using sight right. And if you look at the way she approaches the shot now, it's very, very plain to see that she's been working on that, and it certainly has made a difference to her. What I like about it, Tim, is the fact that, she's not the youngest lady on the tour, I think it's fair to say, but she's still looking for ways to improve. She still loves the game. She still wants to get better, and she still loves to win. So important.
Corner.
Well, just overall, if you think about it, if you want to be on the top of the charts in any sport, you still have to be able to adapt and, well, grow still. It doesn't matter what age, but you still have to grow. And I mean, Rubilin is a perfect example for it. Well, this will definitely take some effort to get to the 4-ball. Probably 2 rails. If she catches the right side of the 4, coming in long rail, short rail, right side of the 4, she could get the hook nor the distance. Just like that. Well, if you call it, does she stay on the table? Next thing, does she get on the 5? I don't think she did get on the 5, but still a great 2-reel kick from Rubilin AMIT. Who's found a way for the 5-ball to go out. Look at that cue ball mark. That was splendid.
Yeah, I thought she'd done very, very well to direct the 5 between the 7 and the 9, Tim, and the cue ball. Absolutely immaculate behind that 10 ball. Judged the pace very, very well indeed. Okay, if you want to be a little bit critical, just over hit it by a couple of inches, but I think we'll let her off that. What a shot.
Foul.
Slight misjudgment from Margaret. Not sure if she's played on this table before, Tim. I've not commentated on her on this table. I'm sure she has been on it at some point, though.
Well, to be honest, I mean, we've had quite some commentary on Rubilin, of course, reaching the Saigon, the Poison Saigon Women's Open. But I think Fefilova chose not to play that just to make sure to be ready for this World 10-ball Championship. And I don't think I actually got to do commentary on Margaret for quite some time. So for me, it's actually refreshing to see how she's been. She's been preparing for a while now. I mean, I know she's quite healthy overall. They, together with Tyler Sterr, they like to watch their food. They are doing a lot of just physical exercising and putting the hours in playing pool. So haven't really seen her play that much, but overall very exciting to see what she can bring into this match.
Well, I actually think she's speeded up a little bit as well, Tim. It looks like she's changed her pre-shot routine as well a little bit, because I was watching her when she was warming up, and she's normally very, very slow and deliberate in her pre-shot routine. But she seemed to be a little bit quicker now, and maybe has just lost a couple of those, pre-shot warm-up strokes. She just looks a little bit more rhythmic, I think is the word. So it'll be interesting to see going forward. First rack, though, looks like it's going to the Filipino. She raced out to a 2-set lead last night against Cho Che-Yu. So Rubilin will be breaking off. Victories over Mariana Jurich, Xinyu Hong, Wan Ling Wang, Pia Filler, and Cho She-Yu last night come through the winner's side, whereas Margaret's had a few more matches to play, came through the loser's side.
Yeah, it's funny how it sometimes doesn't say much, but then in the other way, sometimes it says a lot. Sometimes you would say, well, they've played less, so they are still more energized. And then other players, they go through the loser bracket or the one loss side, and suddenly they've played so much pool that they're in that bunch. So it could really go either way. And a dry break for Rubilin. She's not left something on, so probably a push. Now, the 5 is also slightly tied up with how the 6 is laying, so she doesn't have to really look for tying up something else while pushing out. Could just leave for a very difficult shot, maybe to the bottom right side of the corner, the right long rail. She's going to the top. I think this would be dangerous. Cue ball could be right behind the 5-6. That shouldn't be the biggest difficulty, actually. Or maybe something like a two-way, like make the 1 in the bottom right and bring the cue ball to the left of the 6-5.
Just looks so confident on the longer shots now. She really does. Played some fantastic pool in the first 2 sets last night. Very, very safety-minded game though as well, Tim. They had 26 safeties each last night in the match, which is quite a lot. It's kind of like an average of 10 a set.
3-ball corner.
And 2 of the sets were 4-1 scores as well, so there's a lot of good safety last night, some great kicking as well.
Extension.
Well, she might be going quite aggressive on this. I wouldn't think the 5 does go to the bottom left. She might be playing for it though. I mean, it might be super tight with the 5-6, or she has a stop shot safe with the 6 ball.
The other semi-final in progress at the moment is Cheska Centeno against Shasha Liu. That's over on table number 1, and the current score there is 1-1. Also available for you guys to watch. And the men's 8-ball is in progress as well. I'll give you some scores after this rack. Some interesting scores early on. Some big matchups as well in the men's 8-ball. It's the same jump cue, Tim, as Fedor Gorst.
5-ball corner.
Well, it's not the same result as Fedorgorst. It's easy to say, of course. I mean, probably one of the best jumpers in the world. But then yet, eventually everybody will miss a jump shot. I tried a couple yesterday. Oh dear. At some point I just stopped trying.
Nice little bit of right hand spin just to check the cue ball up. A little bit awkward here though, Tim, over the top of the 8-ball.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, drawing back almost always guaranteed to have something on the 8, but it would be nice to be quite close. And I have to say, since I was aware of Rubilin now working with, well, in this case, the coach I was talking about, I really like her game. Like, she's aligning so well that she can really let her stroke out. The Pinoy stroke with the accuracy of the feet. And I think it's really enjoyable to watch. Such a high quality now, or maybe even higher quality now.
Yeah, I think she's more dangerous now than she was last year, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's a funny thing. She's been a world champion, and I feel like she might be playing the best she's ever done, from what I've seen before. Now,
Agree.
she did not get on this 10, so I don't want to talk too early, but overall, I think she's looking so solid on the ball. Beautiful cut on the 10.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Doubles her lead in this first set. She just really looks the all-round player. Now then, let's give you some scores in the men's 8-ball. Josh Filler, defending champion, is in action. But he's 4-1 down to Petri Makinen. Albin Ocean 2 up against Hamza Saeed Ali. Bader Al-Wahadi is 2 down to Sia Tietjen. Radislav Babica against his fellow Polish compatriot, Konrad Musician. It's Radislav that is in the lead there, 2-0. Shane Van Boning up against Jeffrey Zen Mantra, the local boy from Indonesia. Shane 2-1 up in that one. Hayato Hijikata 2-1 down to Luca Men. Felix Vogel 2 down to Mieszko Fortunski. Daniel Maciel 1 up on Roman Hebler. Dennis Grabe 2-2 with Wu Kun Lin. Paggy Lyon is 2 down to Eklund Kachi. Ali Amir is 1-1 with Ryan Su Zhuyan. And Abdullah and Bryant are all square 1-1. Mario He 2-0 up against Sean Malayan.
Yeah, crushing the break from the side. It's made a ball, but definitely no future on this one ball. This is guaranteed a push, and let's see, is she going to push to a big cut? Could be pushing to a big cut to leave a kick and stick and trying to bring the one ball underneath the 2-6-7-9. So could be a little bit of a trap. It's easy for your opponent to say, oh, I don't like this because of the future on the 2 ball. You can go ahead and then be trapped right after.
Bit of psychology going on here, hey Tim? Of course, Margaret will weigh up all the options as well. Oh dear.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of oh dear. I think the odds for Rubilin to find somewhat of a cover increased by a whole lot, and if things were not worse enough for for Margaret, she's now also queuing over the 5 ball.
1 ball corner.
So she's going over the bottom short rail. This is a little bit of a funny hit with where the 2 ball is. Gotta watch the hit there. This could be a funny one. Hopefully the referee is ready.
Yeah, I thought he might be standing a little bit closer to this than he is. Oh, he's walked over there. Didn't get close to him, so ball in hand for Rubilin. And a good chance here.
Yeah, still though, if you look at how to get from the 2 ball to the 3 ball, you would almost consider taking a third foul. Like, you could be sending a 1 ball 2 rails underneath the 310 and sticking the cue ball with the 2. She is going aggressive for it, but I have to say a couple tricky positional shots to play. I mean, sure, she can get on the hill first in the opening set. If she does finish this rack, but like I said, it's only guaranteed when it's actually done in this case.
Found the gap well though. Overhit it
Ooh.
slightly. Yeah, it's gone wrong, hasn't it? Got to watch she doesn't push the 10 in the way. Maybe can just draw past it. Big shot then of the rack now.
Extension.
A few people just asking about the green flag next to Margaret's name. It's actually an independent athlete's flag.
Ball corner.
She's just cueing the ball so well. I mean, this is the opening set, but she looks like she's already 2-3 sets in. Like, she's really cueing the ball so straight. Excellent stuff. Rubilin and AMIT now on the hill in the first set.
Yeah, just 3 other matches that I didn't tell you about. Cledio Caci 2-1 up against Simon Corral. Julian Serradilla is having a good run. He's up against Genesis Awano from the Philippines, and the Swiss is 2-1 up there. Alex Kazak is going well, 3-0 up against Oliver J. Villafuerte from the Philippines, of course. Kikoy, they call him. And they call this young lady Binkai. Hardly plays any tournaments, Tim, then comes out to the big ones and always had very, very deep runs in them. Already twice 10-ball champion, 2009, 2013. 9-ball champion. Numerous medals in the Asian Games. A real icon in the Philippines. Has her own AMIT Cup as well, of course, for the ladies.
Well, that's one thing I found out recently, actually, the AMIT Cup. But the one thing I found more interesting is the fact that it was not just made for female players in the Philippines to grow. It was mainly just to give them a safe environment to go out and play pool, which I just think is a very fascinating way of organizing an event. I mean, just a different way of thinking. I think it's a very, very clever way, and I'm quite sure it's very, very popular. That was a really smooth stroke from Margaret.
Yeah, I think it started with something like 8 players, Tim. Now, the last one was 150 players participating, which is massive, isn't it? Such a great thing, as you say, to do. So a chance for Margaret to get her arm going now. Has to start soon. But just watch the tempo she's playing at, Tim, and you tell me if you think she's sped up a little bit.
Well, the only thing, and this is really difficult, I know you would like me to say yes, but the biggest difference is we are on the shot clock, of course, which makes a huge difference. But, I mean, in the other way, some players play really well when they're slow or slower, but whenever they get to the business end of the tournament, they cannot produce the same thing. So they will have to learn to speed up a little bit, especially when the clock is on them. So eventually I would say, I mean, that's why I'm saying I cannot say yes or no yet to your question. But I think overall, if we see Margaret possibly in the final or possibly winning the tournament, then definitely I would say she overall has speeded up enough. You don't have to be a fast player with the shot clock, but you have to use your time well. And if she does so, why could she not be a winner?
Yeah, like Christina Tkach had to do. That's exactly what she found when she was on the outside table. She was doing okay, and then she'd get to the shot clock situation, and she just didn't have time to repeat her pre-shot routine, the one that she'd always used. So she actually started from scratch again. Told me in an interview that she just broke down the whole thing and started from scratch again on a whole new shot routine. So it's very valid what you say about playing on the outside tables without a shot clock and then coming and not being able to produce on the main table. And that's exactly why Christina did what she did. Strange match yesterday, actually, talking about Christina Tkach. defending champion. Just, I don't know. I just didn't think she performed yesterday, Tim. Did you? I think I did that match with you, didn't I?
Yes, we did, and it was just a very odd match at some point, to where it's not like, like sometimes you feel like people are cueing the ball well, but it just felt like she was so awkward on top of the ball, like she's missed a real shot on the 6. It was, yeah, it's just something different. I think I actually sent you a message afterwards. I said the way she's played the match was so different than we're used to. Of course, as a real bird, it's easy to say from the side, but just so not to catch like.
Well, try break from Rubilin. And first chance for us to see Margaret in an open situation, and she handled it pretty well. Reverse dish. Played them well, Tim. Classic Paul. Cue ball, good lines all the time. Never really lost position. Played the cue ball well. I know they were nicely spread out, but you still have to control that white ball. And she did it very, very well. Let's see if she can follow it up with a decent break. 3-1. She's now officially in this semi-final.
Well, now making a ball on the break. Did she get on the 2 ball? If she did, this might be a great chance to close the gap quite a bit. Difficult to say if she actually. Oh, she is doubting it too.
And maybe eyeing up a thin safety. May just be able to get through. Turn it in with a touch of right hand spin. Just a safety.
Oh. I was gonna say, if she glues this to the 7 ball, that might be the shot of the match so far. Not that this is still not good, but I'm saying just speed-wise over a couple rails, that would have been real well. This won't be too difficult for Rubilin to hit. And if she sends the 2 ball towards the 3, the cue ball might slide over towards the 4-8.
I think the jump cue's going to be utilised here.
2 ball corner.
So jump number 2. Let's see if she can do a little better than the last one. Fancy her to make this one, Tim. It's not easy to get to the 3. Quite wayward, Tim.
Yeah.
Frozen ball.
Yeah, gave her all the odds to make that 2. Now, expecting Cheska to play the left side of the 2, bringing the cue ball all the way down, but just gotta be careful not to put the 2 over the corner. Always easier when the object ball is near the pocket, but a little bit of trouble for Margaret. Can still go 2 rails, can still find the hook behind the 7. Going 3 rails. Not just 2. It's now going 3. This is a great hit. Sure, she's left the 2 ball on in the side or a good safety behind the 7. So depending on the angle, Rubilin can still choose. But I mean, you cannot always get some roll or get some hook after a great hit.
Already guaranteed $16,000, these two. But of course, with the chance of winning 50 or 25, winner and runner-up. But still a nice payday, Tim. 16,000. It's not a bad consolation for losing in the semi. Of course, they want to go further. I think the normal payout for a WPBA event for winning it is 10,000. So already a winner. Margaret plays a lot of those events. So does Pia Filler. Decided to travel for every WPBA event this year. Both have pretty good seasons, actually.
Oh. Well, she was trying to cross over for the 6 in the right center. She did not manage to get there.
Extension.
I mean, I don't think the safety is too difficult. Thinning off the 6, trying to leave it behind the 10, but you could see how frustrated she was by not getting the shape on the 6. She definitely realizes the fact
10 ball corner.
that that was a set winning opportunity.
Margaret actually is ranked number 2 in the WPBA ranking, so obviously had some great results. Whatever she's doing is paying off. Called the 10. Oh, this is a leave, Tim. This is a good chance to close out this first set for Rubilin AMIT.
6 ball corner.
Yeah, does get back to the table after a quite solid save. So indeed, only 4 balls away. Right in the heart of the pocket. Definitely some good stuff from the Pinay.
Players are allowed to take a break after every set if they so wish. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they like to just carry on. It's been quite a quick set, so
10 ball corner.
we'll see if the players want to just nip out of the arena quickly. Maybe Margaret will. Yeah, I think she is. So Tim DeLater and myself, Mark White, we are going to do the same. Going to have a little nip out of the arena, have a walk around and be back ready for set number 2. It's Rubilin in control at the moment, 1-0. Back soon. Welcome back, guys, to the International Conference Centre here in Bali, Indonesia. Rubilin AMIT will break off 1-0 up. Best of 5 sets, races to 4. Winner breaks in each individual set. Margaret broke off in the first set, so Rubilin breaks off first in the second set, but it's winner breaks from here on in.
Oh, well, that cue ball getting very close to the side mark. It was almost a straight in scratch. It didn't though, so it's all right, you could say, but sure, always dangerous to get so close to the pocket. Does Margaret have an opportunity for a run out? That's a little bit of a question. Looks like she's aiming up for the 1. How is she gonna get on the 2? Running into the 9, possibly?
Yeah, I thought she was having to kick at it at first. Obviously not. Well, tricky into the side, Tim. Hard to get to the 3. Just a safety, I would think, from here. Good effort to get behind the 10, but I think she might find herself behind that line of balls, Tim. The 5, the 4 and the 6. 7 also could come into play. She has
Yeah,
to be
definitely
careful
should.
with a 2, doesn't she? Doesn't want to lay it up over the side and not get the hook.
Well, and that's exactly why she's played the other way around. I mean, this way, it does take away the jump. And, well, also the easy kick shots. I mean, not saying anything is easy, but the easy ones are, most of it are taken away. I like going 3 rails at this, actually, instead of 2. If you catch the 2 ball full, with the 2 rails, I just feel like the 2 ball's always going to stay there.
Yeah, needed a full contact on it, didn't she, Tim? Off of the 3rd rail. Would have got some distance then, send the 2 away from that danger area. Quite an easy safety once again. Oh, she didn't get there. Played it as a 2-way. Unfortunately, she only got 1 way.
Extension. Three ball side.
Well, must be the slightest of edge to jump over. Should say she has a really high percentage to make the ball. But the more you elevate...
Look at the cue ball. Oh, look at the cue ball though, Tim. Oh, good second prize. Margaret actually started her campaign here with a win over the very young and promising Ruki Constantino. She then lost to Vang Bui-Jan. And then on the 1 loss side overcame Tamami Okuda. Chihiro Kawahara, which was a very, very good win. And then
Foul.
Chia Chol, the younger sister of Chol Che-yu, of course. So that little piece of luck, Tim, has won a ball in hand and a good chance to get off to a good start in this second set for Rubilin.
3-ball side.
Looking very solid, isn't she?
Yeah, I don't think Rubilin has anything to complain about. Besides, I mean, surely she was a little bit lucky with the safety she's played, the jump save. But overall, she's been cueing the ball nicely. She looks in control, has it on the string, and I have to say this will be a tough battle for Margaret. Not saying she doesn't have a chance, I'm more saying Rubilin looks to be in really good shape overall.
May just hold the cue ball where the 6 is now to stay away from the rail. Guaranteed to have a nice angle on the 7. When she's in the balls, just never looks like missing, does she? Absolutely solid in every department. "12 years ago, Tim, she last won this title. 15 years since her first. Would be an amazing achievement to win it a third time. Terrific stuff again. Well, Shane Van Boning was 5-1 up. He's now 6-3 up against Jeffrey Zen. Reigning champion Joshua Filler in a little bit of trouble. 7-5 down. I believe we're in race to 10 now, though, Tim, aren't we, in the last 32?
I do think so, yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so not quite as bad as it was in the previous rounds where it was just a race to 8. Filler would have been in trouble. But he's up against Petri Mäkinen, who is well known for having a very, very strong break. Back to the women's World 10-ball semi-final then. Just a quick update from the other table. Cesca Centino has taken the first set and is 1-1 with Shasha Liu. If it stays as it is, Tim, we've got ourselves an all-Filipino final. That would be something, wouldn't it? The country would go crazy for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Push.
I'm usually not a big fan of seeing two players from the same country in the final. I mean, I think it would be nice to see a worldwide final kind of thing happen. But, I mean, we could definitely expect them in the final. I mean, they're both very capable players, so I don't see any reason why we could not have an all Pinay final. Looking for the distance. And also behind the 3-ball. Little speedy. Did she still get the hook? I do think so.
One ball, corner. Extension?
I mean, overall, I think Margaret is finding herself in very early trouble. Because every time she will have to kick at this, if she'll leave something on the one, look at the layout. 2, 3, 4, all in the open. That's what it's all about.
Foul.
I misjudged that by some distance. She's struggling with the kicking, isn't she? And you just know that if Rubilin doesn't have a potting opportunity, she's going to put Margaret in a lot of trouble with the safety. Heaps of experience. Heaps of knowledge as well on tactical side of the game. She really is the all-rounder. Just so impressed. Just drag this in, hold for the 4 into the bottom left, Tim.
Yeah, center of the table for the next 3, 4 shots. Maybe even more, actually. Could be the next 5 shots in a row. A little straighter on the 5 she got.
Yeah, it looked better from that angle, didn't it? I thought she was a little bit too straight, but it was fine.
Extension.
Just a top-class pro. Tremendous work ethic.
Yeah, great natural angle to go 2 rails to the center of the table for the 8.
Basically stay where she is, couldn't she, Tim? She doesn't want to wear out her shoe leather. Oh, this is just awesome. Awesome, AMIT. Got a little bit of the Biardo waggling finger as well. Completely focused on the task in hand. There you see that stance, the approach to the table. 2-0 it is. Shane Van Boning 7-3 up now. Radislav Babica, I know he's a really good 8-ball player. And he's beating Conrad Musician 6-1 at the moment. Dennis Grabe, who we just caught a glimpse of in the background, has a tough match against Woo Kun Lin. The Estonian leads by a single rack at 5-4. Eklund Kachi is all square with Alex Pagilayan. Mario He 5-1 up against Sean Mark Milian. Cledio and Simon Corral 3-3. Kazakis 5-1 up on Kakoi Villafuerte. I'm enjoying this, Tim, aren't you? Playing some great stuff, isn't she?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it takes a lot to keep Margaret in her chair, and I think overall she's been doing really well to do so. And I mean, it always goes paired with a little bit of a roll, just as you see on the break. Now, dry, but still not selling out any shot. That's a little bit the nature of the game. Sometimes it goes for you, and sometimes it goes against you.
Yeah, how many times do you make a ball on the break and you don't have a look at the lowest ball on? It's kind of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Take the good with the bad. Sometimes it's just ugly.
Push.
I think it's hard for her to outthink Rubilin on the push inside, Tim, as well, don't you?
I just think that she's got so much experience and she knows all the moves in the game. Now that she's doing the a little bit more of a aligning thing, she's got already a quite loose stroke, you know, the Pinoy stroke and Pinay stroke, excuse me. I think overall she's a really complete player. That's why I told you a while ago when you said if there is one player to play Scotch doubles with, I said I think I would like to play together with Rubilin because she's such a complete player. I think I would enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah, good choice. Yeah, she's not had much luck with her kicking,
One ball
but
corner.
to be honest, she's not had great jumping either. She's always managed to get over the ball, just lacking a bit of accuracy. Let's try, though. Keep on trying.
Extension. One ball corner.
Well, that little bit of a rub on the 8 didn't work out, but very shortly she will be hooked once again on this one ball. I mean, quite a bit of options.
There it is again. Perfection, Tim.
I mean, it's not only the cue ball behind the 9, it's also the fact that she's hitting the 1 ball behind the 5, so it takes away the jump cue. It's just such an awkward overall position to be in.
Well, this is on.
Yeah, but this is a long one, Mark. I mean, I know she's been playing well, but just to tap this in and get on the 2 ball, 3 ball comes in between. I'm not too sure about this one.
Just can't find the line at the moment. So she gets up, gets down again. That's the correct thing to do. Probably just rifle it in. Now then, a mistake, Tim.
Well, yes, it's a mistake. But then again, it's not like it's an easy run out. If you look at the combination, it's not. There's a little bit of a distance between it to get from the 1 to the 2. Some distance, some traveling to do. Just managed that nicely. Then still, sure, if you get like a ball in hand shape from the 6 to the 7, then it's no problem. But when you get a little bit off angle, that combination does not have to be a very easy one. Now, she does have a little bit of angle on the 3 ball. And if she's playing low, she might not get for the 4 to the top left. She held it nicely there. I thought she might have had a little bit too much angle to do that. So, no problem at all. So now try to get as straight as possible on the combination. She does have a slight angle to do so. Oh, maybe forcing over the cue ball just a tad too much.
Will she leave the bank, Tim? What do you think? Oh no, she's trying. She's going aggressive again. Well, she does have the bank. Can draw into the 7. Can play a safety, of course, up behind the 8. See how she's feeling. Will she keep the pressure on? Oh, it's a bit short, Tim, that one. Yeah, that's not a good shot from Rubilin. A little bit hurried, I thought.
Well, one of the big problems on that shot too is you have to get the 6 ball. Whatever happens with the cue ball, you have to get the 6 to the center of the table. In case if you leave the 6 ball on, it's quite a big cut. In this case, this is, well, I'm not going to say it's straight in. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I did not see that coming either. I'm just going to say in that case you can leave like a more difficult shot. This, I'm surprised she played it like forward instead of like a solid stun stroke. She's got great cueing, Margaret. Especially like the more solid shot. So a little bit surprised she chose to play it this way.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to have seen her punch that in, Tim, and just held the cue ball. Wasn't too close to the rail. What a kick in from Rubilin.
7 ball corner.
And that's what can happen when you miss a chance. Cheska 3-2 down in the second set, but she won the first set. She leads Shasha Liu a set to nothing.
Things starting to drift away for Margaret. This 9 to the 10 to get a 3-0 lead in the second set. Rubilin starting to run away with the match.
10 ball corner.
Two different tables, both calling 10-ball corner. I wonder, is it Shasha or Centino? It was Centino. She's levelled at 3-3. Rubilin flying. She's in beastess mode. 4-1 the first set, 3-0 in this one, and still counting. She's been a little bit unlucky on the break, Tim, but lucky with the leaves. But this was a good chance for Margaret to get right back in it. Yeah, that miss on the 5. And that miss on the 6 was just looked like a bit of a deceleration, Tim, rather than getting nicely through the ball like you suggested. You know, playing a nice stun on it, let the cue go. Rubilin's not going to miss these opportunities. So breaking for the second set.
Well, the only thing I can imagine is she's played it with pocket speed, so playing a high ball and a more slower pace towards a corner definitely gives the ball a bigger chance of going. But like I said, with her cueing, I really think I would have favored her to stun that in.
Well, big break. Might be something on the one this time though, Tim. Does the 2 pass the 4?
Yeah, I just don't think it does. And if it doesn't, I would almost consider not going for this 1 ball. Like, what's the value for going for this straight in 1 ball if the 2 doesn't go?
Unless she's thinking of playing some kind of safety off the 2 ball. There's quite a lot of balls over the left-hand side of the table to hide behind. She can just get away from the rail a bit. Yeah, I don't mind this. Although she's gone a little bit too far, hasn't she? Looking pretty good. Needs it to keep going though. Don't think she's got there, Tim.
Yeah, just slightly short. Just a couple of inches further, and this safety shot would have been, I'm not going to say perfect, but I would say quite strong. Now, Rubilin could play the same one and bring the cue ball all the way 4 rails behind the 3 ball. Call it a slight bit thick to get it frozen the 3, but she's played a really good shot there again. Margaret finding herself in quite some trouble.
Yeah, now she hasn't been successful with the kick so far, but you get the feeling she really does need to hit this one. And she did, but she's made the 4 ball. I don't think she called it.
But
and this is a
Mark, maybe this is a weird question, but if you're kicking towards that 2 ball with the 4 next to it, why would you not be calling the 4?
Yeah, I just don't think she's I don't think she's got her focus at the moment. I think she's just a little bit all over the place, Tim, to be honest. Perhaps she is still suffering from the shot clock. Could be. Can get you all, you know, a little bit mixed up inside. A little bit of brain wobble. Too much to think about at one time. But this is just brilliant stuff, and it's got to be, you know, take nothing away from Rubilin either. It's not doing Margaret any good. Every time she misses, Rubilin clears the table, already a set up and on the hill, very likely to take this second set as well. It's a tough gig out there at the moment.
Well, you gotta give all the credits to Rubilin, though. I mean, she's just absolutely looking great. Not much that Margaret can do. I mean, if you think overall, it's all about a little bit of a safety and a kicking here and there, but it's one of those matches where both of them are not missing balls all over, but just solid runouts, and it's all about the kicking.
Yeah, I'd like to see the kicking stats because I think they're pretty low for Margaret when she's been hooked.
Well, 2 balls away from another set.
10-ball corner.
To go to Rubilin AMIT. Things are looking horrendous for Fefilova.
Timeout.
Yeah, terrific stuff. And not surprisingly, Margaret taking the timeout after set number 2. Rubilin is just looking, well, unbeatable at the moment. She really is in every single department. She's outplaying Margaret. She's outthinking her. She's outpotting her. She's out safetying her. It's all Rubilin's way. Join us for set number 3, guys. Can Margaret Fefilova pull it back? Find out in a few minutes. Tim De Ruyter and myself, Mark White, back soon. Well, welcome back to the International Convention Centre here in Bali, in lovely Indonesia. Now, just look at that stat at the bottom, safety, efficiency, and that's really what it's all been about, hasn't it? 100% in both sets from Rubilin, just 56 and 29% for safety efficiency for Margaret, and that is absolutely huge. No fouls either for Rubilin. Of course, that does not include that kick where Margaret actually made the 4, but hit the 2, but also made the 4, so it was a loss of turn, although it wasn't a foul. She's really got it all to do here, Margaret. Welcome back to Tim Derater and myself, Mark White. This a must-win set, of course, for Margaret Fefilova Steyr.
Yeah, who does start off with a dry break. Definitely, obviously, not the start everybody would want to have. But the break, well, it's always a funny thing in this hand track format, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to it at times. As long as you feel like you hit it square, don't think you should always look at the results. And Rubilin now pushing the 2 to a more difficult position. And I don't think she's left something on for Margaret on the 1 ball, has she? Well, if she has, that would be quite a mistake from Rubilin. Is this maybe a trap? Did she put the 2 ball there because the 3 ball is locked? Does she want Margaret to cut the 2 ball in and try to go aggressive, opening the 3 ball up and not managing to?
Oh, this is very thin, isn't it? I think she needs some left-hand spin as well, doesn't she, on the cue ball to get into that? Yeah, didn't even bother playing it. Oh, she's played it towards the centre, and this is jumpable. Shane Van Boning, I can tell you, is through to the last 16. He has beaten Jeffrey Zen Mantra from Indonesia 10 racks to 3. He's on a mission, won it back in 2023. He wants to claim it back off Josh Filler, but Josh Filler is out. Josh Filler beaten 10-6 by Petri Makinen.
Wow.
Both defending champions, Christina Tkach from the women's 10 ball and Joshua Filler from the men's 8 ball, both out.
I have to say, that's quite some shocking news. Not saying, I mean, 8 ball can be a funny game. Your opponent can play really well, and if they're breaking the balls well, making balls, then definitely it could happen. And Petri has a huge break, so why not? But in general, I think Filler, I mean, the things he's been putting on me in the past 5 to 10 years playing 8 ball or playing any game, I think it's just outrageous at some point. So, a little bit surprised he's out of the tournament. But that does mean that we will have to go over the bracket and see who we will think is going to win the World 8 Ball Championship.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Didn't want to catch the point. And this is on this 2 ball, but it's a big ask at him to get onto the 3. It's a long way away, that cue ball and the 2 ball. There's the alignment you see, getting her right leg on the line. That's why she didn't take it on. Smart stuff. She's really, really turning the screw now. That's experience for you, Tim, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the art of knowing when to go and when not to go is, I think, it's probably one of the most difficult things in pool. And it's also one of these things where sometimes you would feel like it's time to go and someone else would feel it's not time to go. So it's not something you teach, it's really something you learn by experience. And Rubilin is, in my opinion, one of those examples that has learned throughout the years when to go and when not to go.
Yeah, it becomes natural, doesn't it? More of a gut feeling with your experience. It's another chance. Oh, oh, bit wide, but use that for positional purposes.
Well, she might be too straight, so she will have to draw into long reel out. Oh, that's a little strong.
And once again, doesn't have to take it on if she doesn't want to.
4 ball corner.
But she is. She feels it's time to go.
Well, she could play it soft and still have the cut to the side pocket, or...
I don't think there'll
In the
be any
future.
heroics. No heroics here, Tim, from Rubilin. Get a good safety in. Send the 5 to the 7. Cue ball side route. Back behind the 9, 10, 8.
She might be still stopping the cue ball, trying to make it. No. She's played it perfect, though.
Acknowledged by
1 ball
Margaret
corner.
as well.
Well, that's the thing. Rubilin is just really not giving much breathing space for Margaret to get going, and in this way, we really might see a very fast match. I mean, not saying I'm wanting to see this go fast, by any means, but like now, for example, Rubilin might be a little bit off to make the 5. But she could still
5 ball
stop the cue
corner.
ball behind the 8. So she does have the option. She doesn't have to go.
Going to the corner, though. It's there all the way. Never in doubt. Not perfect on the 6, though, Tim.
Yeah, well, the good news is she might be able to cheat just with a soft draw. Get the cue ball maybe a ball more off the rail. And then go 2 rails off the 7 to the 8. I mean, it's not too horrible. She could also play with a full draw around the 7. Just straight draw into the bottom short rail and out. But it's, I mean, I think it's a very preference. She's also looking at the short side of the 7. No, I like this the most. I mean, I cannot imagine this going wrong. But, oh, she still has the difficulty of running the cue ball in between the 9 and the 10.
Looks pretty natural, though, Tim. Maybe just a touch of left. Oh, exquisite. Quite a long rack, this one. Can drop it in and play the 10 into the other side pocket. Just coming round to check.
Well, could also be the bottom left. Nonetheless, she's in prime shape. One-way traffic.
Oh, it was straight. I thought it was the other way, that angle.
She's just striking the ball so well. Like, it just looks so fluent, not choppy. Good cue ball. I have to say, things are looking very, very bad for Margaret Fefilova.
It's the same pattern, isn't it, Tim? Very much the same pattern. She overdid this, but played a good shot. And then the shot she played on the 5 to get this chance was a great safety. And this was beautiful as well. Found the gap between the 9 and the 10. And she wasn't missing from there. Tremendous stuff from the Filipino. Now then, Cheska did win the second set. So she leads Xia Liu by 2-0 and then 1-1 in the third set. As it stands, it's an all-Filipino final. Oh, nothing again doing off the break for Margaret.
Yeah, nothing on the 1, but might be able to still bank the 1 ball out of there. 3 rails. Not saying she has it. If she doesn't, she might have to play something creative, bringing the cube all the way to the bottom left. Or is she playing something soft behind the 6? She has. She's played a good shot there. The only thing is Rubilin will be high percentage to get the hit. But she won't get the cover, so now Margaret will have to make a run for it.
3 awkward, Tim. Does go in the top left, of course.
Yeah, or the 3-4 combination, but we've seen very funny things happen to the side pocket.
Yeah, it's difficult enough playing a normal ball into the side, isn't it, without having to play a combo into the side, but I think she's going to have to. That's what's on her mind.
Yeah, could still choose to play this in the top left. She has chosen that. So just to give you a feeling about the table, the side pockets must be playing so tight that she has chosen to play this shot in the top left instead of playing this combination. Can you imagine? The cameraman got himself wrong there. Can you imagine? And that's just the way how the tables have been playing. It's always nice to play to the top corners, especially with that pace. Just takes a lot more of the ball.
Extension.
Well, she might be a little straight. She's on the rail. Not easy to get closer to the 6. And then now again on the rail on this 6 ball. If she's straight, she's in big trouble. If she has a slight angle to go 2 rails out, then she's alright. I'm not saying easy, but she's okay.
Slight angle.
But now she's got a little bit more angle on this 7 ball to the 8. Is she going all the way around to play the 8 in the center? Oh, she held it nice.
Ten ball corner.
And this 10 to get a rack on the board after losing quite a couple in a row. Margarita Fefilova has to do something to play herself back into this match.
Centeno now 2-1 up in racks and 2 sets up against Shasha Liu. Another result to bring you. I beg your pardon. 8-2 it is. Alex Kazakis over Oliver Villafuerte. Race to 10. But Alex looking good there. Julian Serradilla lost the lead. The young Swiss lives in Japan, speaks fluent Japanese, and his best friend is Naoki Oi. But he's 7-4 down at the moment. Naoki Oi already out, of course. I saw a post from him this morning.
Oh,
wow, making balls now, Tim, as well.
Just nothing on the 1 ball. She might even be hooked by the 9. When things are not going, they can really not go. Now, I do like this shot, even though you might not have too much of a
1 ball side.
shape on the 2. But I like to bank this 1 ball 2 rails to the bottom right corner, and the odds of you not getting the shape, I would say, is quite low.
She tried to strain it up in the side, kind of a safety as well. Now, has that 8-4 gone into a combo? I think it has, so you could play the 2 8-4, Tim. It's possible. She's going with the jump here, so she's going aggressive.
1 ball
If she
corner.
does leave herself on the 2, she can play the 2 8-4.
For what? Oh, that's a little bit of a lucky rub there. I mean, could have easily left the 1 ball straight in, and the stop shot would have given the 2 in the top left, but it does not go.
Foul.
She's completely missed the whole one ball. Can you imagine? That is painful. That could be big trouble too. Even if she doesn't like the run out with where the 5 ball is. So many ways to play a good safety.
Extension.
Well, our good friend Cheska Centino is now on the hill, the double hill, 2-0 in sets, 3-1 in racks against Shasha Liu.
Oh, this is
and
one of the rare mistakes.
Look where the cue ball is, though. It's awkward over the top of the 5. She'll just have to drop the 2 in, Tim. We'll be on the 4. Not going for it. Well, she was going for it. Oh, it looked a bit wide to me, but okay.
Well, this is still a little bit of a tricky one. If you leave yourself angle on the 5, might have to nudge the 6, and that could cause big trouble. Oh. Well, I'm obviously making things more dramatic than they are in the end, but for a second I was sweating it a bit, Mark. I thought she was going to be frozen on the 8.
It just pulled up in time, didn't it? But it looked as if it was going to be tight. Bit of a revival here for Fefilova Steyr. Looking good, Tim, for 2-1 to take a lead in the match for the first time.
Well, for this set, because she's still a long way down for this match. But, I mean, you gotta start somewhere. Maybe she actually starts to get going a lot more. Now she's down, like, to where the point that she might be almost out of the tournament. That sometimes helps players too to get loose.
Still in there fighting. Now, I have a nice little fact for you, Tim. There's a guy called Harvey Hendrickson who probably made as much money as anyone with his limited skills at the billiard table. He actually toured the country of America and amazed audiences, not with his ability to run racks or pocket balls, but with his freakishly unique ability to pick up and hold 15 billiard balls in one hand all at the same time. How big were his hands?
Oh, most of the time you come up with these facts, and I'm like, oh dear, do we really have to do this? But that was a good one. I really enjoyed that one.
Good, glad to hear it.
Well, and a dry break. The one ball might be on. And there might be a 4-8 combination. The 4-6 a little bit of a problem. So
1 ball corner.
shot to get from the 2 to the 3 and then the 4-8 combination. There is a possible run out, definitely available.
Yeah, not a bad shot after losing the last 2 racks. Tim hasn't really had much chance at the table, and that was a really nice one ball.
Extension.
Shasha Liu fighting back, now 3-2 in the third set. But Cheska leading on the hill, the double hill. Oh, look at this for an attempt.
A little bit of a rub.
Oh. Well, you know what's coming here, though, all day long. 3 ball into the 6. Cue ball up, covered by the 10 and the 9. Yeah, anywhere there will do. And it will open the 6-4 as well, Tim.
And look at how well she's played it. Full ball cover behind the 10. Not saying it will be the most difficult ball to hit, but to a certain degree, it's also on how are you gonna get the hook, and that will always be the tricky part of this kind of shot. She's played it soft.
That's risky.
Yeah, it was.
8 ball corner.
And I like the idea she had to nick the 3 ball and bring the cue ball back again behind the 6. Just wasn't that easy. And now Rubilin made the 3-8 combination, has the 3 and the 4. Maybe a little bit of a tricky position, but could play the 4 in the side and then the 5 in the top right, for example.
To use the boxing analogy, Rubilin AMIT has Margaret Fefilova against the ropes. It's been brutal so far. Just needs the knockout punch, Tim, to finish off. But she is 2-1 down in this third set, so a little way to go just yet. But she's looking good for this set.
Well, you gotta be completely honest. I mean, it's not like Rubilin has only been looking good for just a short period of time. I mean, we're almost 2 hours into this match. And I think I wouldn't be able to count the amount of balls on one hand. Yeah, well, I can count it on one hand. So, of course, when I was starting to say that, she's left herself quite awkward over the 10. But we just haven't really seen too many balls being missed by her. And just showing how great the display is she's putting on. Just like this. She is unstoppable at the moment.
I mean, that wasn't easy, was it, Tim? Bridging over the top. Made it look easy. Okay, still got to make this tricky little 10. But she's made harder ones this match. And it goes again with monotonous regularity. Unbelievable stuff from Rubilin. Fully focused, fully in the zone. It would take a special performance to beat Rubilin AMIT by somebody on this particular form. Even then, I'm not sure whether she'd be beatable. Shasha Liu has taken another rack. It's 3-3 now in the third set. So Shasha fighting back, not giving up easy. Cheska still on the hill. I mean, look at this shot over the top of the 10 ball, Tim. Terrific, wasn't it, that 9 ball? Such a difficult skill to master, playing over the top and to still hit the cue ball where you mean to hit it. So breaking to get on the hill in this semi-final of the Women's World 10 ball. She just hasn't made balls, has she? The break has really escaped her today.
Yeah, can you imagine not making balls on the break and still having such a big lead in this match? I mean, she practically did everything well. Besides, well, I think she's cutting the break quite a bit. If you look at the cue ball going towards the corner, she's hitting it quite thin. And I cannot see Rubilin give this back too. Like, I'm not here to down talk on Margaret's performance, but she is giving Rubilin good opportunities to get the first hook, and she can definitely bring the cue ball 2 or 3 rails underneath the 10. If she doesn't get behind the 10, it's behind the 6-8. Oh, she did not take it on. I'm surprised because she can overcut the 1. Well, I might be mistaken. I thought it was actually all right. Let's see if Margaret has the same idea. Yeah, she has. I cannot imagine Rubilin giving this back, Mark. Now, Margaret did not get the hook. She nudged the 10, unfortunately, but it was a pretty decent line to play.
Yeah, I definitely thought the
Side, 1 ball side.
side pocket, yeah. Kicking it, kick and stick. Oh, nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. It is perfect.
1 ball corner.
Thought it was stay behind the 3 at one point as well. Now, this is what's really got her today, is the kicking, the incessant safeties from Rubilin. The last stat we had was 100% safety success from Rubilin in both sets. 29% and 50% for Margaret, which is not good enough.
Foul.
Another big miss. Seems to be hitting them very hard, Tim, as well. That's going to change the angle, of course, that comes out away from the cushion. The different pace you play it at.
Well, if you look at mainly she's been losing the safety battles, and if you remember the kick shot she's played earlier on the safety from Rubilin, where she kicked softly into it, she caught it way too full. So it shows me that she's just not. I mean, sometimes you have that feeling that you're so tuned in, you can drop down at the table on the ball, and doesn't matter what you do, you just catch the right side of the ball. But when you're not exactly on point with the feeling of the table, that's where, I mean, you just slightly catch it off, a little short, a little long, and I mean if you looked at the statistics in between, I would say the safeties and the kicking is where Margaret has been losing this match.
Oh, she certainly hit this hard enough. If that's what she's played to come short side, which I don't dispute for 1 second, that's a terrific positional shot.
Yeah, the only thing still to figure out is that 6 ball. Sure, I mean, it's so easy to say, well, can she not just play the 4 in the top left, stop the cue ball, play the 5 in the side, nudge the 6, and be done? It's so much easier to say. It's not like this is a hanger into the side pocket, and she might also have put herself straight.
Yeah, she could have rolled up as well off the 4, played the 4 off the left-hand long rail and just nudged into the 6 ball.
Extension.
And that would have held the cue ball, but she went attacking. Maybe she does have a slight angle here, Tim, to go into the 6, but you know what these side pockets are like. Does it go in the side? Cheska Centino is into the final. She's beaten Shasha Liu by 3-0. We're halfway to an all-Filipino final. Margaret Fefilova with it all to do here. And now they're all coming back over to watch this one. Well, no hook this time, but nothing really easy.
Six ball side.
Good shot. Not much else she could have done there, really. There was no real safety on. No stenching allowed. Referee tells up. Oh, it's gone wrong, Tim. This is nasty into the side.
Yeah, good news is I think the cue ball will be quite natural. Maybe a hint of left, but not too much to do to go around the 9. It's a must make. This she has to make to get on the hill. Oh, she's played it well.
Eight ball, or not 10 ball side.
Another one back, Tim. And on the hill, chance to win the set. I wouldn't say Rubilin's gone off the boil, but she is beginning to make just the odd error. Nothing glaring. That's where I thought she could have played up behind the 6 and just nudged the 6 on. Margaret did play a good shot on that 6 ball, decided to go all in. Good 8 ball as well. Breaking on the hill, Margaret Fefilova Steyer. Oh, 6 ball. No shot on the 1 though. Everything in the open, Tim.
Yeah, so that means the early push out. Now sometimes in pool you push out to somewhere and it's like very obvious what to play after. I think this is one of those moments. I mean, definitely the one that takes this position is going to try and slide the 1 ball over towards the 5 and the 2.
You don't like playing the 1 into the 10, Tim? Taking the cue ball up behind the 3-8.
Well, the thing is, from this angle, it's very easy to catch it slightly thick, and then you might run into the 4.
Yeah.
It's super difficult to hit this so thin to bring the cue ball behind the 3 ball. If the cue ball was more over to the left, I would consider it more. Well, she actually hit it super thin. She hit it too well.
Too thin, yeah. Well, this is a half chance for Rubilin. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Yeah, just a fraction thick. It's okay though. Rubilin won't want to go to another set. She'll want to get the job done in this set. This is to go heel. Terrific shot. Still looking good in amongst the balls, Tim. Oh, she's gone too straight.
Well, I don't think so, Mark. I actually think she might still be able to use the long rail to get near the center of the table, the more she draws it, or she can even go forward. Why did she go forward? What has she done there? Why did she not just draw it back on rail? Even if you go longer on the 5, it comes off the rail just a bit, so just draw it back. She did play that super fast. What has she done?
I think she's lost some of her shot routine, you know. Just seems to be rushing. Two hours, 11 minutes. It looks like the third set will be going to Margaret.
Well, still, she might be quite straight. Is she able to still draw past the side pocket?
Oh, what a great
Perfect.
shot. Struck that beautifully, timed it to perfection. Well, you got to say, on her performance in this set, she does deserve to win a set. She's stuck at it. Timeout, much needed, I think, by Rubilin AMIT this time, because Margaret Fefilova style will be feeling much, much better. Played some good shots in that rack, especially the 8 to the 10 at the end was, well, sublime. Tim the writer and myself, Mark White, will be back with set number 4 after the break. Welcome back then to the Predator WPA Women's 10-ball World Championships, presented to you by VenBilliards. Tim Delighter and myself, Mark White, are in the booth for this semi-final. We already know who one of our finalists is, Cheska Centino. Rubilin hoping to make it as well. But just a little bit of a wobble there in the third set. Didn't see anything like the performance she put up in the previous two sets. So set number 4, AMIT leading 2-1. Another race to 4. 3-ball close. Or did he just get swiped out the way? Well, this is on if she wants to have a go at it. Nothing over the right-hand side of the table apart from the 2-ball, and that's the one she wants.
Yeah, definitely has the cut on the 1. If she doesn't fancy holding it, she could go in between the 2 and the 10 into the short rail and out. Oh, and both actually a little bit messy. Obviously, she's caught it too thin, so the cue ball path was different too. Not expected her to miss that 1-ball mark. Early mistake.
Yeah, just coming off the back of winning that third set as well. Must say I did fancy her to make it. Lots of hiding space here though. This really has been Margaret's problem in this match. The returning of the safeties. Can't really see what future there is here in jumping, because what else has she got though? So a mistake. The 1 is cuttable with some left-hand spin. Twice across the table. Not interested in it. Getting in more trouble, Tim.
Well, one thing is for sure. She's not jumping this. 4 balls in between the cue ball and the 1. I have to say, she is looking at going
Extension.
3 rails or 2 rails. And I have to say, I'm not very interested in it. If you look at the 2 rails,
1 ball.
you might even skim off the 1 and scratch. Like it's always going to be a little bit higher into it. If you go straight at the ball, the 10 ball could be right in between.
I don't even think Florian Kohler could jump this one. Venom would have problems with that one.
Foul.
As you called it, Tim, scratch off the 1 ball. Wonder why she didn't push a ball safe.
Yeah, I like that. Push the 6 and the 5 together.
Clock.
That's definitely a good
Yeah.
shot. I just don't think it was laying there. But then again, we are looking from the screen, and sometimes it's a disadvantage for us to look from the screen and trying to judge the angle they have. But in this case, kicking-wise, I think it actually favors us to see what's possible and what's not possible. And well, let's not challenge Venom, because we both know that he might find out the triple jump or like something out of this world. So let's not do that.
Yeah, I challenge you, Venom. Make that jump shot. I think he might try it until he does it. You know what he's like. He never gives up, that man. Oh, dear. I was just playing the safety. Beg your pardon.
Well, if he doesn't prefer the triple jump, he might go for the quadruple jump. I mean, who knows? Every time I see new videos of him, things are just not fair. Too talented.
Yeah, there's another guy. Who's also a Frenchman, and his best friend, Steve Markle, as well. I'm not sure whether you've got him on Facebook or not. But he
I've
does
seen
some tremendous ones as well. Very inventive, the same as Florian is. They're very good friends.
Well, probably banking the 3-ball. Oh, well, doesn't have to. She's cutting. I was going to say bank the 3-ball up to the 9-10. And the cue ball behind the 5 and the 7. I have to say, though, from the lead Rubilin had, 4-1, 4-0 in the first 2 sets, I kind of feel like she's been not so sharp anymore. I'm not saying she's taking things for granted, but I'm also saying she has to be careful because this could... Oh. Well, that did not roll off in any way. She's hit the 6-ball first. Now, don't forget, I mean, the point I was trying to make is she's not taking things for granted, but she is starting to make mistakes. And we're now, 2 hours and like almost 2.5 hours in the match. So I can understand she's, well, maybe some fatigue, maybe starting to struggle a bit. I think it's interesting how she did not play for the short side of the 5, like
4-ball side.
shape on the 4 to drop to the left side of the 5-ball. She's playing for that 5-7 combination mark.
7-ball corner.
Yeah, just back to that Steve Markle very, very quickly. He recently did an advert for Lincoln Automobiles. He's done a trick shot, several trick shots actually, for that particular advert. If you've not seen it, go onto YouTube and watch it. Just type in Steve Markle Lincoln and it will come up. Tremendous talent, Steve Markle. I'm a fan, if you couldn't tell.
5-ball side.
Rubilin's back and on the right track. Would have loved to have closed it out 3-0 like Cheska did, but I'm sure she'll settle for 3-1, Tim, at this stage. Certainly doesn't want a 4th set and a possible shootout in a 5th set. That's 100% guaranteed.
Ball corner.
Nicely done. Early advantage again then in this set goes to Binkai. Here's a nice fact for you, Tim. The Balinese Day of Silence. It's one day a year when everything shuts down in Bali, and it's called Naipi. For 24 hours, all activities stop. Bali airport is closed, businesses are closed, lights are off, and even the internet is off in some places. Naipi is famous for its ogle ogle parades, where the Balinese carry giant demon effigies through the streets and then burn them at the end of the night. This is meant to ward off the evil spirits. Let's just hope it's not today.
Well, we wouldn't be able to watch the best players in the world play. I mean, that's a problem.
Still nothing. Oh, yes, there is. Look, 2-ball. Hurrah. She's made a ball on the break.
Yeah, at some point, it kind of gets you stuck there. You know, so often you've been looking at the dry break that you're gonna, at some point, just think it's gonna be dry, even though it isn't. But yeah, this is still funny. I think she's gonna bank the one over to the top side of the 6. Don't think she is going to do much more with the cue ball. I don't think she can land underneath the 3 and the 10.
Oh, that's not good enough at this standard. Another loose shot. Did she go for that? Could have played 2 well.
I have to say,
1 ball corner.
I'm not too sure. She did miss it by quite a bit, so... Well, I mean, she might have, but just don't think so.
Oh, got lucky there.
Which...
Went off the 4, Tim. Could have very, very easily missed that. Just clipped the 4 and went in.
I didn't see that, actually.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how I saw it and you didn't. That's a first.
Extension.
You got me doubting myself now, but no, she did. She definitely clipped the 4 ball. Watch out for the replay at the end of the rack. So she has made this 4 slightly more difficult than it was. Pushed it onto the rail slightly. Yeah, 5 into the top left. Wants a bounce though. Oh, it's the wrong angle, Tim. Well, that's an intricate positional shot if she's planning on doing that, but yeah, this is now not easy.
Well, I have to say, you were right. I had to know for sure if that ball went off the 4, and it did. Wow, look at this.
What a
She was
shot
running
she's
out of
played here.
time. Running
What
out
a
of time,
shot.
she just dropped down and swung at it.
6 ball side.
Tim the writer, I am upset with you that you didn't take my word for it.
Well, I couldn't believe I missed it.
It's quite hurtful, actually.
Oh dear. Well, brace yourself, guys. Mark is getting emotional.
How as I sit here watching, Tim just won't listen to me, Doctor. I'm okay now. Just had a word with my therapist.
Well, that was a short session, so it's not going to cost you too much. So that's the good news.
You don't know my doctor. Minimum 2-hour charge.
I cannot believe she ran out of time. She dropped down and swung at that 5-ball. Absolutely perfect. I mean, the thing is, too, she has to step it up again in this fourth set. And sometimes when you start to have that little bit of a dip, it's not easy to come back out of it.
Ball corner.
Yeah, normal service is resumed by Rubilin. This then for a 2-rack lead in this crucial fourth set. Breaking to get on the hill. Oh, there it is, look. I feel vindicated. But this 5-ball was something else, wasn't it? There's another one.
Well,
good on the one as well, Tim.
Yeah, just wondering what is the real difference between her breaking off in the first 2 sets she's won and just not so much happening for her on the break to now making a ball on the break and getting this shape. Look at this in the layout. I mean, I'm not gonna jinx her, but this layout looking fabulous for a run out.
Nice angle on this 3. Stun back to the middle of the table for the purple 4.
Yeah, just everything is aligning so well with each other. This 4, let's say you're an amateur, you cannot even play a stop shot. If you drop in the 4, you're still on the 6. Like, it's laying that nice. You drop in the 6, you're like always near the 7. So the only thing you really have to work a bit on is to get from 7 to 8. Now, of course, Rubilin is not the amateur. You're the one that cannot play the stop shot, so she did a little bit more on the cue ball there. But I'm more saying, yeah, it's just laying really nice, and this is definitely a huge chance to get on the double hill. She could be shooting for the match very soon.
Low left on the cue ball. Oh yeah, 9 was big. Oh, that was the risk with that shot. but taken them well. Just needs to drop this 9 in the side, leave herself a straightish mid-range 10, and she will finally be on the hill after 3 hours 40 minutes.
10 ball corner.
Actually 3 hours 20 minutes, I beg your pardon. I'll let you work out how long we've been playing, Tim.
Well,
But
to be
she
precise,
does arrive at the hill. Yeah.
2 hours and 38 minutes.
I just looked at my clock and I couldn't work it out. I can't tell the time now. I need to see the numbers, Tim, in digital, like on the phone. So is this the end of the match? Rubilin would love another break like the last one. There's
Looking to
Cheska,
break.
just over Rubilin's shoulder.
Oh, more
caught
square
them
hit.
so good.
And now the 2 ball
Made the
drops.
2.
Oh, this could be it. I mean, still a little bit of work to do. 1 ball stunned, 2 rails to get to the 3 ball. 2 rails towards the 6 ball a little bit, so it's tricky, but it's there, I think, with enough right spin. And then to get from the 3 to the 4. If she manages the first 2 shots, I think she might be in the final. Oh.
Well, it has made a little bit more room to get on the 4 ball. Well, when Cheska Centeno won the World 10 ball in 2023, I was sat in the audience with Rubilin AMIT. You were on commentary, I believe, Tim. And Rubilin unfurled a flag from her bag, the Filipino flag, and just as the last 10 ball went in, Rubilin went running over to where Cheska was sitting and gave her that flag. Very proud moment. And now they're going to be battling it out in the final, it looks like. Well, she doesn't like this for some reason. Maybe she's got a draw.
Five ball corner. Extension.
She's going for the 5 in the corner. That's how much she doesn't want to play it in the side, Tim.
I am flabbergasted. I don't use that word much, but how is she not just stepping this in
I don't know.
to the side? Look at this.
Look. She's missed
She's
it.
missed 5.
What was she doing? What was
I have
going
no
through
idea
her
what
mind?
happened.
Well, unless it looked totally different down there, but we got the right camera angle. And it looked like it was just a tap in to the side. But I'm flabbergasted. Double flabbergasted.
I was gonna say there's a triple, a quadruple. There's wow. Oh no!
Margaret's missed it as well, and this time
Look at what
it's
she's
going to be
giving.
on. Wow. An error-strewn fourth rack. Surely now she's got to close it out. It's been 5 days of hard competition for the ladies. 64 we started with. We had 4 left this morning. We still technically have 3, but it's looking much more likely that the 2 remaining players are going to be Filipino. The final is at 6 p.m. today on table 1. I'm very fortunate to be able to be commentating on it with Eric Hallefson, and that will be surely now Rubilin against Cesca Centino. But I've said it before, Tim. Wait until the last ball is down. Oh, it's a tricky one.
Well,
She's
on
not
the other
gone hard
side,
enough.
she might have learned from that 5 ball. She might be hitting it a little thinner than she did.
Corner.
Oh, it's there this time. It's there this time. Perfect on the 10. So Rubilin, AMIT, what a player. What a sportswoman. What an enigma. 2009, 2013 is 2025 going to be her 3rd Temple title. It's been hard work at times. It looked very easy at times as well. The handshake will come from Margaret. The damage was done in the first 2 sets, really. Margaret just didn't get going. And there's Cesca